A small piece of paper inside a computer store in China tells a story that shocked the entire technology industry. A 16 gigabytes Kingston DDR4 memory module. In early 2025, it cost around 168 yuan. 10 months later, the same product was marked at nearly 890 yuan, a price increase of more than 400%. And DDR5 memory, once considered the future of affordable computing, experienced an even more dramatic rise, from around 380 yuan to more than 1,500 yuan. For decades, RAM was one of the cheapest and easiest upgrades for ordinary computer users. But suddenly, a basic memory stick became one of the most expensive components in a PC build. Computer stores saw customers disappear. Monthly PC assembly orders that once reached hundreds dropped to only dozens. So what happened? Was artificial intelligence really consuming all the memory? Or was something much bigger happening behind the scenes? The explanation from the industry was simple. AI changed everything. The world was entering a new computing era. Large language models, cloud computing, and advanced AI systems required enormous amounts of memory, especially a special type of memory called HBM, high bandwidth memory. Unlike traditional computer RAM, HBM is designed for artificial intelligence processors. It allows massive amounts of data to move faster between memory and AI chips. Demand exploded, and the world's largest memory manufacturers began shifting production toward AI. Samsung, SK Hynix, Micron. Together, these companies control much of the global memory market. As AI companies raced to build larger and more powerful systems, manufacturers redirected resources toward higher-margin AI products. The result? Less production capacity for ordinary consumer memory. For everyday PC users, the message was clear. AI needed more memory. Consumers would have to pay more. But analysts began noticing something strange. The story was not that simple. If the world was truly suffering from a severe shortage of memory, why were manufacturers cutting production instead of expanding supply? In a normal market, shortages create an obvious response. Build more factories, produce more products, bring prices back down. But the memory industry chose a different path. During the downturn after 2022, manufacturers reduced output. They slowed investment. They protected profit margins. And when demand recovered, supply remained tightly controlled. The question became, was this only a technological shortage? Or was it also a business strategy? The semiconductor industry has always been a brutal game. Memory chips are commodities. When supply is high, prices collapse. Manufacturers lose billions. But when supply is limited, prices can rise dramatically. This is why memory companies have historically followed a cycle. Overproduction, price crash, production cuts, shortage, price recovery, and repeat. The difference this time? AI provided a powerful new reason. A reason that investors understood. A reason that consumers could not easily challenge. AI demand was real. But critics argued that the scale of the price increase went beyond simple supply and demand. The shortage became a perfect environment for higher profits. For memory manufacturers, the results were extraordinary. Micron's profitability recovered sharply. SK Hynix achieved record-breaking financial performance. Samsung's semiconductor business returned to strong growth. The same market conditions that created pain for consumers created enormous opportunities for manufacturers. To investors, this was not a crisis. It was a successful recovery. The companies argued they were simply responding to market conditions. Critics argued that the industry had learned an important lesson. Sometimes, scarcity is more profitable than abundance. But the final force pushing memory prices even higher was not technology. It was psychology, fear. When consumers heard, AI is consuming all memory, supply will remain limited for years, prices may continue rising, many buyers rushed to purchase immediately. Retailers raised prices. Distributors increased inventory costs. Consumers bought before prices went even higher. And that created a self-reinforcing cycle. Prices rise. People panic. Demand increases. Prices rise again. A shortage becomes a crisis. A crisis becomes a market opportunity. Perhaps the most fascinating part of this story is the industry's double message. To consumers, we have no choice. AI demand is overwhelming. Supply is limited. But to investors, we are focusing on high-value products. We are maintaining financial discipline. We expect strong long-term demand. Both statements can be true. AI really did increase demand, and companies really did have incentives to prioritize the most profitable products. The conflict was not simply about technology. It was about who benefits when technology changes the rules. For ordinary users, the situation became frustrating. By now, you might be paying the highest price in history. Wait, you might face continued shortages. Gamers, students, small businesses, PC enthusiasts. Everyone suddenly found themselves affected by decisions made thousands of miles away inside semiconductor factories. A tiny memory chip became a symbol of a much bigger transformation. The age of AI was changing not only software, but the price of everyday technology. History shows that semiconductor markets move in cycles. Every shortage eventually creates more investment. Every price spike eventually attracts more production. And every boom eventually faces correction. Today, memory companies are announcing massive investments and expansion plans. But at the same time, global PC shipments remain under pressure. Consumers are buying fewer computers. The market is asking a difficult question. Are we witnessing a necessary adjustment, or another technology bubble? A memory chip is only a few centimeters long, but behind it exists a global battle involving artificial intelligence, semiconductor factories, corporate profits, investor expectations, and consumer frustration. AI did not steal your memory stick, but it gave the memory industry a once-in-a-generation opportunity to redefine its value. The computer hardware market is entering a new era, an era where every component, from the smallest memory chip to the most powerful AI processor, can become a battlefield between technology and capital. Because in the age of artificial intelligence, the most valuable resource may not always be what we can create. Sometimes, it is what we can control.